I achieved my goal of this series and we reached the Football League. Now it's time to step aside, but we're going to take a glimpse into the future in this episode and see what happened next with Maidstone United as a Football League club. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 35 of my Maidstone United save. We are in the Football League. We are a League 2 club. It's currently the 9th of August 2025 and at 3 o'clock this afternoon Maidstone kick off their League 2 campaign against Mansfield. But I'm not going to be in charge for that game because I'm going to be resigning very shortly. Before we get into this episode, I'd just like to remind you to leave a like, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you always know when a new video is uploaded. Tell your friends. Help me to spread the word, build the channel. Liking and commenting allows the YouTube algorithm to do its stuff and reach more people. Right, so as I said, it's the 9th of August 2025. It's the day that Maidstone United kick off their League 2 campaign away at Mansfield. We're going to have a little look at what I've done during the summer to get them ready for life as a league club. And then we're going to resign and holiday forward to the end of this season and see how they got on in their first season in the Football League. If this video does well, if people like this video, if people comment on this video, then I may do a second part, like a 5-year in the future or 3 years in the future, something like that. I'll pick a random amount of time and see how they got on. But for now, it's literally going to be one season, how they got on in their first season in the Football League. Obviously, it'll be their first ever Carabao Cup campaign, their first ever Papa John's Trophy campaign. The list of players that have left: Rory Deacon, Ben Dempsey, both left on free transfers. Finn Wright, obviously, he had arranged to sign for Luton Town. Ethan Wassell then went to Gillingham. Danny Ward had his contract mutually terminated because he wasn't very good on the pitch and his scouting ability wasn't very good, and I wanted to bring in a new scout. And then at the end of their contract, Troy Chiabi, Callum Rowe, Harrison Biggins, James Morris, Brad House, Naughty and Joe Ironside all departed the club. But not a lot of them were players that were at first team quality anyway. And they've been replaced by several free transfers really, and then Tawanda Matoti from Guiseley for £8,500. So if we have a quick look, Josiah Spearing is an 18-year-old Irish winger. He joins us from Chelsea. He was released from Chelsea. Rocco Rees is a 23-year-old sweeper keeper, got decent ability, has been playing for Brentford. Well, he's been at Brentford in the Championship. He hasn't actually played for them. Been at Premier League level with Brighton and Brentford, but the only actual senior appearances he's made were whilst on loan with Worthing. But he comes in as an emergency backup and he's got decent potential. Alfie Lloyd joins us on a permanent after spending the last 2 seasons on loan. Patrick Almond comes in at 6'6" centre back, no nonsense centre back. 6'6", over 14 stone, 16 jumping reach, only 11 heading, but he's going to be a solid centre back. 22 years old, been at Sunderland in League One and the Championship, but again, his only senior appearances were for Spennymoor in the Vanarama North. Ethan Kokoza can play anywhere on either side. He's only a 2.5 star at the minute, current ability, and only 3.5 potential, but he looks like the sort of player who is going to be very handy to have around the squad. He's Zimbabwean international, 22 years old. He agreed to an emergency backup contract, so he's not going to want to play. And has been at Leeds and Sunderland. 28 appearances for York a few seasons back in the Vanarama North. Jovan Malcolm is another winger who can play either side and also a natural up front. He's considered to be a striker, but his favoured position is on the left for some reason. Lots of ability again. Decent stats that could get better. Played in the Championship, well, has been in the Championship for West Brom. Played for Accrington in League One. Been around the Premier League squad with Norwich and West Brom. So he's got a bit of experience about him. And then Tawanda Matoti comes in from Guiseley, who is a central defender, can play in midfield. Another Zimbabwean, 40-capped Zimbabwean international at the age of 23. Decent stats, decent potential. Fringe player. Was at Forest in the Championship, moved to Guiseley, made lots of appearances for Guiseley in the Vanarama North and the Vanarama National. Isn't particularly going to set the world on fire, but he's a decent addition to the squad. The club vision for this season is to avoid relegation, be competitive in the FA Cup, be competitive in the Carabao Cup, and be competitive in the Papa John's Trophy. Honestly, I have considered continuing this series. I considered it a lot, and that's why it's taken me a good while to come and do this video, because I really considered continuing the series just to see how we could get on, lead Maidstone into the Football League, see how far we can get. I mean, like, who knows? By 2030, I could have them in the Premier League. So what I've done is I've saved this save twice. I've got two separate saves. At exactly this point. So, if you do enjoy this video and you do want to see the Maidstone series continue, we're going to holiday through this season, see how they get on. We're going to have a glimpse into the future, see how they got on in their first series. I mean, you might want to see if I could do better than what the simulated season does. You might want to see if I do worse. My job is untouchable at the minute, so I reckon that I'd probably get away with being in a relegation battle as long as I wasn't too far adrift at the bottom of the table. And I did become really attached to this squad, but as I said previously, I've got a lot of plans for the channel and I wanted to move on to my next series. So what we're going to do is we're going to resign from our job with immediate effect. We say goodbye to Maidstone United. We've received and accepted your resignation. We would like to acknowledge your fantastic performance level while managing here. The board would like to thank you for your service and wish you all the best in your future endeavours. I've resigned. Gary Rowett is the favourite to take the job. Keith Curl and Mark Warburton are on there as well. I leave as the Vanarama National League Manager of the Year. I leave having achieved Football League status for Maidstone United. Three staff members have walked along as well. George Ellacobi, Tommy Hoban and Joe Cole have all left. So now, right, I'm going to go on holiday until where are we going to go? I'm going to go on holiday until May 2026. I presume that's when the season's going to finish. So we're going to go, we'll pick the 20th of May 2026. And I'll be back shortly to let you know how Maidstone get on in their first ever season as a Football League club. So here we are. I've re-added myself as a manager and we're back at Maidstone United at the end of their first season in League 2. So what we're going to do straight away is we're going to look at the league table. So we're going to go to the league table And we can see that Maidstone finished 15th, which is a very respectable finish, to be fair. 60 points, 15 wins, 15 draws, 16 defeats. 9 points off of the relegation zone, which to me is a very, very good season. I didn't expect that, in all honesty. If I was in charge, I would be very happy with a 15th place finish. We say only 9 points out of the relegation zone. They're only 9 points off the playoffs. So, in this universe, in this world, whoever's in charge next season should be looking to push on for them playoffs. We have a look at the competitions. English FA Cup, knocked out in the third round by Preston. Obviously, Maidstone would have came in at the first round. 2-0 win away to Carlisle in the first round. A penalty victory over Kidderminster in the second round. And then a 2-0 home defeat against Preston in the third round. Carabao Cup, knocked out in the first round by Portsmouth. They reached the quarterfinals of the Papa John's Trophy, beaten in a quarterfinal by Middlesbrough. If we look at the fixture list, I should have done that for the FA Cup instead of in the FA Cup instead of going all the way down. 3-0 they lost in the Carabao Cup first round. 2-1 defeat at home to Cheltenham in the league stage of the Papa John's. A penalty defeat by Newport and then a 2-0 win over Tottenham under 23s was enough to get them through to the knockout stages, where they beat Forest Green 2-1 in front of 914 people. It was a replay, the Kidderminster FA Cup. Took them to a replay and beat them with penalties. And then a 3-2 win over Chelsea under 23s in front of 473 people at home. And then 2,306 people watched Maidstone lose 1-0 to Middlesbrough in the Papa John's Trophy quarter-final. Look at the league. Not the greatest start. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games without a win to start the season. Picked up the first win of the season on the 13th of September at home to Doncaster. Went on a bit of a decent run there, though. Actually, look, they won 2 out of 3 there. Got a draw. Only lost 1 in 7 they lost there. Decent run. I suppose that plays a big role in where they finished. And then here as well. Poor end to the season by the looks of it. I mean, look at that. From the 24th of February, they didn't win a game until the last game of the season. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games without a win. I bet the manager was under a lot of pressure. If we look at the club, actually, who took over from me? Sam Walker was the caretaker, and then Neil Ardley took over as manager. Kept his job all season despite those bad runs. I suppose being clear of the relegation zone, because I presume they were clear of the relegation zone to have gone through a run of only 1 win in 10, and he still keeps his job, and they still weren't in the relegation battle. But that, to be honest, is an extremely good season. Extremely good season. If we look at the squad, so obviously it's not going to have changed much. If we have a look, see if they brought anyone in or got rid of anyone else during the course of the season. Yeah, they did. My last transfer was to Wanda Matoti. They brought in Travis Johnson on a free, I arranged that one. Travis Johnson, I arranged that. He had agreed terms and just hadn't completed before I resigned. Lewis Lee came in on loan from Preston. Connor Capes on loan from Derby. Aidan Stone. And in the January transfer window, Vaughan Coville, Luke Luke Cundall and Michael Murray came in on loan. I'd done them ones. Lucas Tomlinson and Patrick Armand both went out on loan during the season, late in the season by the looks of it, both to a lower level. What else do we want to look at here? I suppose the finances haven't changed much. It's only been a season. 43,000 transfer budget. Committed spending of only £14,000 a week. I presume there's going to be a lot of players leaving. If we have a look to see when the contracts, yeah, look at that. There's, what's that? One. So there to there. 18 people whose contracts run out at the end of June. 18 players. Well, there's a couple of the on loan players, but 15. Alfie Lloyd, Joseph Olowu, Aidan Stone, Rocco Rees, Compton Sturridge, Jack McCall, Elliot Newby, Dacus Cogley, Morris Amos, Tomlinson Matoti, Harrison Craig, and Kokoza. And then again, mostly fringe players, I suppose. All fringe, backup. Maybe there's going to be a rebuild on the cards at Maidstone United. So that's basically what I wanted to look at. Josiah Spearing was the top goal scorer. Lewis Lee got the highest average rating. Jovan Malcolm got 9 assists. Tawanda Matoti, 93% best pass completion. Zach Hemman and Joseph Olowu got 5 player of the match awards each. Haider Ahmed got 13 yellow cards. And there were 3 players who were sent off, Murray, Sviderski and Ahmed. And that is going to round up our look at what happened next in the Maidstone United's first season in the Football League. And the 15th place finish is a pretty successful season. So, if you're watching this video and you watched any of the previous Maidstone episodes and you'd like to see if I can do better, it will probably be just a couple of episodes extra. But if you want to see if I can do better than a 15th place finish, let me know down in the comments. Like the video, tell your friends, get them to watch, get them to comment, and I will possibly, if there's enough interest, I will possibly do an extra couple of episodes to this series. Maybe take it to 40 episodes. We've done 35. Maybe take it to the 40 episodes and play this season. Like I said, I saved it twice. So you watch. I'm saying this now, and I'll go back to load it, and it won't load. Yeah. So if you would like to see me manage the club in their first season in League Two and see if I can do better than a Papa John's Trophy quarter final, the 3rd round of the FA Cup, 1st round of the League Cup, and a 15th place league finish, let me know. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I just wanted to go and have a little look back, see how they were getting on, see how the first season went. And there have been a few. I haven't, like I've said previously, might not be getting thousands of views on my videos, but there are a few people returning that have probably watched the Maidstone series throughout. So for them mainly, we've come back, we've had a look to see how they got on in their first season. If you enjoyed that video, please do leave a like. Comment below, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to know when new videos are released. And I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye bye.